Hello everyone, a warm welcome to you all in the part 2 of episode 2 with Paul Montaro. And in this episode, we will be talking about how Paul made it to the World Street Workout and Calisthenics Championship in Russia and getting a place too for India. Without any introduction, let's dive in and get to know about her journey in this episode. So, hello, Paul. Welcome back to the part two of this episode. How are you?
I'm good, Kaustubh. How are you doing? It
I'm
feels
good.
good to be back.
Yes, and how do you feel? But this time you are a world champion and you got silver for India in World Street Workout and Calisthenics Championship. How do you feel about it?
Well, I honestly haven't forgot anything. I feel I'm still living that moment, and I'm sure it will take me another week or two to get over it. But yes, because then I have to get over it. I cannot keep dwelling in it. But yes, it was an amazing journey. I have so much to speak about it, and it's been absolutely a beautiful journey. A lot of challenges as well in which I did kind of overcome. But yeah, we'll get to that in bits and pieces for sure.
Yes, and I am really happy that you made it. And first of all, congratulations on the win.
Thank you so much. I came second, so the goal is
Yes.
always to be on top. But I think for the first time coming second, I don't think I should be too harsh on myself, and I think I did pretty okay. So yes.
Yes. Yeah, you are absolutely right. By the way, when did you decide that you want to compete at the World Championship and like why?
Well, I decided the day I got a call from Pure Calisthenics, which is Puneet Shah, and he asked me if I wanted to compete, and I didn't have a no to that. I very much said a yes, and I also spoke to Shubham Mishra and Kashish, and they were the reasons why I went ahead with it. So once I spoke to them, I didn't have any doubts. I was not in two minds, and I just wanted to do it.
Yes, that's amazing to hear that, and how like Puneet might be so proud of you that he called up and that he checked on you and let you know about the World Championship is happening, and now you are holding a silver.
Correct, correct.
Yes.
That's right.
Then how did you apply to participate in the World Championship? Did Puneet help you or
Yes, that's right. Actually, you do have the option to participate as well, to be very honest. But obviously, we had someone like Puneet who was so helpful, and I think he is going to do that every year because that's something he's taken up, on him. कि उसको ये करना है. So I'm sure we don't have to stress about it because I know that guy. He's worked really hard to get all the athletes there. Initially, there was only one athlete who used to go, but this year, we had five athletes who went over there and participated, out of which one even came in the top 15, and we had one in the top three. So, yeah, I think he's already doing that. And I think now about participating, obviously, to be very honest, you have to be a national winner. So there will be competitions before, again, the Russia championship happens again. And if you're the top two in that particular category, then yes, you are very much eligible to go for it.
wow? Okay, so this is how the process goes of getting selected into the World Championship.
Yes, you have to be a
Yes, okay,
nationals champion
okay.
to get to there. Correct.
And how did you get through it? Did were you holding any national champion, or what was it with you?
Oh, well, it was with me because ideally this Russia thing was going to happen in 2020, but it
Okay.
didn't because of COVID. So because I had won it last time. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay. So
So
what
like I
was
said,
your?
you have, yeah, tell me.
Yeah. Continue.
So what I was saying is very simple. If you're a nationals winner in whichever
Yes.
category, be it power, be it endurance or freestyle, you need to be top two, and then you can go there. It's not a very, from any can come. If you are a nationals for your country, if you're in the top two, you can be there.
Okay, okay. So then, but what was your performance level before going to the championship and what it is now? How
I
did you
I
prepare?
I don't really. Okay, so honestly, there's no difference. I don't see very. I don't know what exactly the. I understand is that what was my performance before I left and now. In fact, to
No,
be
like
honest,
before starting training for the world championship.
yeah. So yeah, I'm coming to that. So being very honest, earlier my workouts were very. I used to work out every day, but while preparing for the Russia competition, I have worked out really less. Barring in mind that I had to make sure that I don't get any injuries and I don't injure myself or get hurt or get any kind of issues which which will stop me from going there. You're understanding? So it was
Yes,
a lot of cut down on my routines, but at the same time when I worked out I had to make sure that I give my best because I had very less days. I traveled to Russia on the 2nd and I got to know on the 7th, and I started my training on the 16th ideally of August. And yeah, so right now I'm getting back to my original. I haven't been very uh, since the 16th of August till the 9th of September. I barely had, which is the time I came back, I barely had about 10 or 11 workouts, in that many days. That is like close to 22 days I barely worked out. So yeah, I need to get back to my actual routine, which I am already, and slowly and steady.
yes. That you will definitely get it through. But
Yes.
also,
So,
what was like your training method did you follow in order to compete at world championship in very less timing? Like you did not have like a much like 2 3 months or maybe 6 months. You had a very short time. Like, what was the method or training you followed for this?
well, to be very honest, the training method was to keep it very simple, do what I'm doing, because endurance is something I already do, and I love doing endurance. So I just had to make sure that I give it my best. And the training method was eating, much more than earlier and taking more rest days. Obviously, keeping in mind that I don't want any kind of muscle soreness, any kind of muscle pull, or any injuries. So I had to eat well. When I say eat more, doesn't mean we go above our calories, but eating the right things and taking good rest. That is good sleep. And yeah, I mean that's about it. So that was, and like I said, endurance is what I do. So my training was already very much around and about what I was going to do in Russia. So I had to keep it at the same thing, same level,
Yes,
with
yes.
just a few
So,
changes.
like,
Well, like I said, rest days more, and like eating the right things, eating a little more than what I normally do. So that were the changes.
okay. So, did you hire any coach for this training period?
I didn't hire a coach. I already have one, which is Shubham. I mentioned that already in the start.
Yes. Yep,
Yeah.
you did. So, like, in this period, how your training used to go in a week? Like, how you used to do like pull and then push, or you just used to follow the routine, do it in a sense wise, like
No,
how exactly?
no, my friend. It's an endurance base. So this is not one muscle. Uh, but endurance means it could be anything. They can ask you to do pull-ups, chin-ups, box jumps, burpees, uh, bar dips, straight bar dips, pullovers. It could be anything. There'll be a mixture of workouts, not just one particular workout. It's going to be a lot of workouts with a number of reps. Whoever finishes the fastest wins. So it's a
Okay,
number
so
of workout. It's not one particular workout or one particular set, or but it's like a whole lot of different workouts, but different numbers for each of them.
okay, so like when the competition, whatever the set is going to happen for the endurance circuit, Was it released a month before or was it given on the spot?
No, it was given on the 3rd when I landed.
Okay.
So, and the competition was on the 5th. So we landed on the 3rd, and that's when I got to know about it.
Okay. So this is why you had a preparation like this, like you were ready for anything.
Not really, because there were some things which I was not aware that it might be there, because I was
Mm-hmm.
following their 2019 and 18, their 18 and
Routine.
19 routines. Yes. So I didn't know that it's going to be a little different this time, which it was. But that's okay. I think that just came up as a challenge, but I still managed to somehow do it. So yeah.
And what was the set for this championship?
Okay, Kaustubh, I don't remember, man. This question is not there, otherwise I would have written it down.
Yeah, so this is just random. Okay, no problem. I'll cut this through. I will start again at 12.
तू ऐसे क्वेश्चंस क्यों डाल रहा है जो इधर है नहीं? मैं क्वेश्चंस देख रही हूँ इसमें.
हाँ क्या नहीं मैंने इसलिए डाला क्योंकि I thought that would be appropriate asking क्योंकि
No, it
मुझे
is not,
नहीं
because see, I've already given it. I already
Yes.
told you, right? While we were talking, I told you ना कि it could be anything. Pull-ups, chin-ups, bar dips.
हाँ ये था बट
Straight
अगर
bar dips,
जिस
sorry.
जिस दिन आपको 3rd पे जो सेट मिला ना 3rd सितंबर को तो वो क्या क्या वर्कआउट्स थे तो आई एम आस्किंग अबाउट दैट वन.
हाँ, but अब मुझे वो याद नहीं है ना बाबू. अब वो
Okay,
लिखा
no
हुआ है
problem.
जो है.
Okay,
That's
done.
so sorry.
We'll do that. No problem. We'll
If
start
it
from
was there,
11th.
if the question was there, I would have written it down.
Okay,
Because I have
11,
my other thing. Yeah. Let's
Yep,
start
at
at 11.
12:45.
12:45. Perfect.
How many hours do you used to train a day?
To be honest, say about 1.5 to 2 hours, depending on how long I take with the amount of breaks in between. So yeah, I think 1.5 to 2 hours.
And what was your diet during the period?
As mentioned, I used to eat a little more comparatively to what I was. But my diet, being a vegan, obviously I ate everything from, nuts to roasted chanas to mushrooms, all the green vegetables, be it broccoli, spinach, and tofu, a lot of tofu for proteins. And I did have my protein shakes as well, for that matter. So yes, I mean, anything in vegan. My diet was very clean, but at the same time I had to eat a little more, so I was having a lot of fruits as well. I had a lot of apples then, and bananas. So yeah.
That looks very good diet. And how did it help you? Like, in what way?
Well, to be honest, it did help me, but uh, Kaustubh, you'll have to give me 1 minute, okay? I'm
Sure.
sorry. Go out. What happened? Why are you here? Why are you here? And why are you talking to me? Can you not see I'm on a call? Do you not understand? Are you trying to purposely do it? Yeah, can we start with that question again? How can we know what was your diet, wala? We'll start with the 10
Like
seconds.
that thing is done. So I asked, how has the diet helped you?
Okay, so the diet, like I
One
said,
second. Ready? At 50.
yeah.
So with that being said, how has the diet helped you during the routine?
Okay, so I'm gonna come to this later also, because you know why? Actually, see, the thing is, I did have a very good diet, no doubt about it. But the challenges that I didn't know I was going to face, it really any kind of diet or anything wouldn't really matter. See, we are all, when you go for a particular competition, you are going to be absolutely true to yourself and do everything that is required. But then again, there are going to be challenges which come up in, which you don't realize that it is going to be a challenge for you. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think in terms of my diet, I don't think I felt anything different. because I was always having a clean diet. But I just managed, or rather made sure that I keep it as clean as possible before the competition. That's about it. So there was no
And
big difference or anything in terms of that. So yeah, otherwise, like I said, I think it's important to have good food 365 days. So that's really important.
yes, lovely. So, like, what was your feeling when you got to know that you are selected for the World Championship?
Well, it was a good feeling in 2020 actually, because I knew I've got selected for this Russia championship, but obviously because of COVID it got cancelled, and I was really sad. I remember I was quite upset about it, that why it didn't happen, because I had made sure that I'll go and all of that. But then I think whatever happens for a reason. And this year when it happened, I was absolutely delighted. I was very excited. At the same time, I was super nervous, because obviously it's my first time. I have no experience in an international competition. So yeah, I mean it was all kind of feelings, everything at the same time.
Okay, so then what was your expectations when you arrived at the stadium in Russia versus the reality?
Uh, my expectation was, honestly, I didn't have any expectation. I didn't even know I'm going to be in top two or top three. I really wanted to go there and give it my best. I wanted to make my people proud. I wanted to make people who love this sport. I mean, honestly, Kaustubh, speaking about the sport, I really, whatever I do, I don't know about, many, but whatever I do in this sport is for the sport. I don't do it for anything else. I don't do it for people. I don't do it for the money or anything. I genuinely love this sport, and I want to see it at such a big stage someday, where where we don't have to ask for help, where this sport becomes so big that people will come up to us, and people should look up to the sport as well, at the same way how a cricket or a football is looked up to. So yeah, I mean,
Yes.
and expectations wise, I just all I expected was that the event would be really huge, and it definitely was. It was really big. The event gave every athlete equal respect, irrespective if you won or if you've not won. I really loved that. I really loved the fact that there were different countries. What I really didn't expect, rather you could say, is what I expected, or other, what was the reality. The reality that I went and saw there is the unity. In all the other countries, when you have different countries, like I saw Egyptians, I saw the Bulgarians, then I saw these guys from Netherlands, all different. See that they have this amazing unity for the sport, and it's not like they're from the same city. They're all from different cities. Staying in Bulgaria, they're from different cities. Staying in Egypt, they're from different cities, but they have some amazing unity, and that is something I would. That reality, what I saw there, was amazing. So I think unity is something which can get the sport out here also. So I think
Yes,
I
yes,
didn't expect
definitely.
anything. Yeah, I didn't expect anything, but I definitely loved the reality which Russia showed me in terms of calisthenics as a sport. Like how out there people are so united to make it a sport overall in the country. It's not just as an individual, but as a sport for everybody. So yeah, I love that part. It was amazing.
That's mind blowing to know that, that the
Thank you,
unity is
Kaustubh.
there. Yes, it's I hope that you really enjoyed your time over there, learned a lot of things.
Well,
It's
I did,
really
I
glad
did.
to know. Yes.
I totally did learn a lot, to be honest, Kaustubh. There's some of the things which I really loved about it is be the athletes or be the organizers. I think it was overall very good experience. Like I said, there was no harsh feelings for anybody, for that matter, in in the event. Like sometimes an event happens and we are not happy about it. ऐसा हो
Yes.
सकता था, ऐसा हुआ नहीं. yeah, maybe there were some things which kind of made me feel like, oh, this could be done, but it wasn't. But then when I see it overall, as a sport, what they're doing for calisthenics, it takes away all the complaints that I maybe had, because I love the fact that they give the sport and the athletes more, importance than anything else. So I think that is what I really loved. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So, before going on stage, were you nervous about your performance in World Championship?
Absolutely. I was very nervous, and
Oh,
I was super nervous. I was shivering because for my first round it was 7 degrees. For my second round also it was 7 degrees with rains. So I was definitely nervous. I was shivering. I was absolutely scared. I didn't even know if I'm going to be able to do this. I was in my second round. I clearly remember I wanted to give up when I was at my chin up, part. And when I was doing the chin up, normally 15 chin ups I can do, I know, in 15 to 20 seconds, maximum 20 to 25 seconds. But that day I took 1 minute 15 seconds for 15 chin ups. So that was the point where I wanted to give up. But thanks to Puneet, who kept taking my name, and I told him every time I come down, just make sure that I just go up again, I stand up again, I don't give up so easily. So I think that really helped me, and thanks to him. But yeah, it was not an easy performance, to be very honest, because with the weather conditions, for me, I mean, not just for me, I think anybody who stays in Bombay would be lying if they say that it would be a cakewalk to work out, in a 6 and a 7 degrees, weather. So I think I think I did good enough. I think I did good enough to win. So yeah, I'm not complaining anymore. But yeah, it
but
was not an easy one.
yes, but goddamn that you managed to win, and congratulations again. I'm super proud of you. Like it's
Thank you
amazing.
for
Yeah,
that.
I
Thank you
understand.
so
Yes.
much. Praise the Lord.
Plus, you cannot wear like heavy clothes and also follow the routine. You have to be light as much as possible to be able to move quickly.
Absolutely.
Yes, I get it.
Absolutely.
I get it. Also,
No, it
yeah.
was, it was,
Mhm.
it was, it was a very, what do you say? It was a very memorable experience because honestly, going there, like I said, going there for the first time and doing something that you've never done out here, which is participating in a competition, obviously, which, uh, I mean, I didn't expect, I mean, my expectations were very low after when I reached the airport and when I reached outside the Russia airport, my expectations were absolutely low. I was very scared. I kept thinking that I don't think I'm able to do this. I mean, how am I going to do this in, this weather? So for me, I'm sure people who are listening to this might feel ki it's a good excuse or whatever, but for me, completely this is not an excuse because I know, it's very, what do you say? How would I say this? How would I put it across that this
Uh,
was, it was a one-time experience for me for the first time, but at the same time, I know that these things will come up again, and I don't have a choice but to, give it my best.
Plus, I get it. You stay in Mumbai at 30 to 40 degrees Celsius, then suddenly going back to a country where it is minus 7 degree.
Correct,
7 degrees.
exactly.
Yes, it's
Yes.
insane amount. It's like
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
yeah.
I'm
So like cool. Yeah. So you did really perform well. I did see the
And
live video. It was
even the routines that I did, like for the first round, for example, I did 5 pullovers, I did 20 reps of dips, bar dips. Then I had two jump boxes, box jumps. Then I had 10 pull-ups. Box jumps were 20, then 10 pull-ups, then the push-ups were 20. Toes to
yes.
bar were 15. Now, if you see all these, they're very easy for me if I would do it here. But out there, with the fear, with the nervousness, excitement, and the cold, all these things together, for me, this was like a challenge out there. And I was, like I said, those were not my best performances, to be very honest. I mean, they were definitely not my best performances. Knowing myself, I know I could do it in a much lesser time, but I
Yes.
didn't because, of whatever reason. But yeah, I tried to give it my best.
Don't worry. Next time, I'm sure that you will definitely going to be killing it,
That's going to be
and
the
there's
goal.
definitely a goal waiting for us. Also, like
Absolutely.
after completing your routine, what were your feelings? Did you think that I would make it to the top three?
Uh, After seeing the performances of everyone, after I finished mine, because I went first,
Yeah. Oh, you went
I
first.
yeah, I and
Oh,
another girl. So it was always two people at the same time. So
yes.
I went first. So when I did, I watched the other performances. So I kind of felt that I could be in top four, but I genuinely didn't expect top three. Why? I'll tell you why. Because in the first round, I was number three, ideally. I was number three. So I thought I wouldn't make it to top two for sure. So let's just stick to three or four. But in the second round, the girl who came second in the first round, she came she actually gave up in the second round. So for me, I was already scared that top two to gaya, so samjho at least I hope I get at least third or fourth. That was my expectation. So I was not expecting number two because the girl who finished number two in the first round, I thought that she's only going to do it and she's going to take top two. Like, she's going to be number two and maybe I'll have to fight for the third position. But I don't know. I must have done something better and got the number two place. So yeah.
So when they were at the moment of announcing results, what was your feeling at that moment? Did you
Well,
expect
honestly,
it?
yes, obviously, because you know the time, right? You're keeping a check on
Yes.
the time of the girls, whoever
Yes.
is performing. So, yes, I did know that I'm winning. And when I knew that my name is going to be announced, I was absolutely, you know, I was very, excited, nervous at the same time. And mainly because when I was performing both the times, I went live with my phone and I kept telling these guys because the reason why I went live from both my phones is because in the back of my head I knew that I have people watching me, so I don't want to give up because I have my family watching me, I have my friends watching me, and that means so much to me, like people who love me and who love to see what I do, and they are taking the time in that particular day and removing those 10-15 minutes just for me. It really matters to me a lot, and I'm really humbled by my family, by my friends who took all the time to come on live. And it was like a this it was like a responsibility to me that I know there are like 50 people watching me or 10 people watching me. I cannot give up. I have to keep going. I need to give my best irrespective of whatever happens. So yeah, I mean, that feeling when your name is announced is a very different feeling. I almost had tears. I kind of cursed as well. So, but yeah, I mean, it's like, it's a good curse where you're like just, and that feeling where you have your flag in your hand and you're raising your flag for the very first time, an Indian raising their flag in the Russian championship for the country, for the people, for the sport. Always remember, I always emphasize on it. It's for the sport and nothing else, and that is an amazingly blessed and very, very grateful and a lot of hard work involved in it. So yeah, amazing feeling. I just went back to
Amazing.
that. While talking, I literally went back to that moment. I was just remembering it like a flashback. So yeah, it was an amazing feeling, and I think I want that feeling again. I definitely do, and I will. And the people who know me very closely will know that I will work harder, and I will do everything to reach that level again.
You will, of course, definitely. Like, we definitely believe in that, and you are, of course, a stronger athlete, and it's just gonna get you stronger and stronger. That's all. There's no coming
Absolutely,
back. Yes.
absolutely.
Also, like when they announced that it's Pearl Montero who won second in the endurance category. After that, what was your feeling like? How did you
Same, which
feel?
yeah, the
Same.
same thing which I just mentioned you. That's exactly
Yes,
what I meant
yes, yes.
actually. That is the point where they mentioned, right? Like I mentioned, when they announced my name, these were the feelings that I had. That taking the flag in front of, people out there, and again, speaking about the fact that doing it for the country and for the sport especially, I wanted to do it for the sport. I want to know that there is something like this, and there is something which even women do, so it's for the women, for the sport, and for all my friends and family, and obviously for the country too. So yeah, it's an amazing feeling, something that I will never forget, but at the same time I want to relive it, so I need to work harder for that. Yeah.
Okay, so when you came back to India, what was your reaction? I mean, your husband's reaction, coach, and friends.
Honestly, uh, I would love to say this, that I have some beautiful friends, absolutely beautiful, and very blessed. I mean, they understood that my husband, we have a daughter, so my husband couldn't come to the airport because he has work, and these guys actually came over. Like, if I can name them, like be it Sandhya, Manal, Fit Spirit, I'm sure you know her, and then
Yes.
Urvi. So these guys actually came to drop me, and then these guys even came to pick me up, so it just goes to show that when you have the right people around you, you will always give it your best no matter what. They will not let you, they will never let you be down. If you're down also, then they will lift you in such a way that you will give your best. So yeah, I mean, they were amazing. I mean, their reaction when I came back was absolutely amazing. They made me feel on top of the world. They felt on top of the world too. They were very proud, and they should be, because they've equally put a lot of efforts in, making me what I am. By the way they hype me, with the way how they keep motivating me during my workout, pushing me during my workouts, be it anyone. And I'm sure when they hear this, they know who they are. I don't even have to name them because they are all beautiful, and they're all beautiful souls for that matter. And my coach obviously was super proud of me, and I think being the first person to do it for him will always be special for him, I'm sure. And Shubham knows this, because from his training, from the past 2.5 years that he's been training me, he's trained a lot of people. I think close to a 50 or 60 odd people, or maybe even 100 for that matter. But what I've done is always going to be special for him and for me too, because as a coach and a trainee, we've done it together. It was his dream, it was my dream, and together we made it come through. So this one was definitely for him, and Kashish as well, because he has been an equal motivation. So I don't just take him as a brother, but he is my brother, and I keep telling him this, that I wish he was my blood as well, not just brother just for saying, but yeah, he is more than that. And these two people have absolutely been too much, too focused when it came to this competition. So this too was for definitely for them. My husband's reaction. My husband was the first one who told me that no matter what, baby, just give it your best. And you've already done, you've achieved by going there itself. You've achieved one milestone. Now winning and losing is just going to be like anything is going to be fine. If you win, it is just something which will make you realize that you have to, just you're just setting a benchmark. So he's absolutely a proud husband right now, and honestly, whatever I am today, whatever, is because of him, and there's no two ways about it. Because if his support was not there, I wouldn't be where I am. With his support, with his help, be it in terms of financially, emotionally, anything. I mean, it is what it is. Because without him, I wouldn't be Fit Mom today. So yeah, Fit Mom is Fit Mom because of her husband, and that is something that people should know. So if you don't have a husband like me, then I'm sorry.
Oh my
But
god.
he's
That's
one. He's one. I don't even know if there's something more than million or zillion. He's definitely one in a zillion, and I'm sure after listening to this, girls will be praying for a husband like him. So please do good karma, and you will get a good husband like him. But yes,
You.
it's an amazing feeling when you know that when you come back home, you don't have someone nagging you. Oh, why you came so late? Why was your workout so long? He gives me that time. There are days when I've come after the workout after 4 hours, 5 hours, but he has never questioned me. And the day came when I told him about this thing, he was the first one who said, irrespective whether you get sponsors or you don't. Initially, I wasn't, and then obviously B Green came, and I would like to thank B Green as well. I'll come to that later. But initially, he was absolutely excited, delighted, and everything. For him, it was like my work. My wife has worked so hard. If this is what it is, then I will take everything on my own. He wanted to take the entire expense on his own. He was not even worried. Not once he said a word that I won't do it. He was absolutely okay with the fact of spending 1.5 lakh whatever on the entire travel trip. So yeah, I mean it's very rare, and I can't thank him enough. So I mean, how he felt is what I all just said is how he felt, because this is how he felt. For him, me achieving a milestone every time is because of him. So yeah. And speaking, I would, since I'm here, I will obviously want to thank B Green, because B Green has been an immense support for me. They took the initiative to give me this sponsors for only for my travel expense. So my entire travel was organized by B Green. So I'm absolutely grateful, and I'm glad I won. I'm so glad I won, because they deserve that win for putting the faith and the trust in me. So yeah, and same goes to my gears. The gears were sponsored by Reebok again, so I had to win, because all these guys, everybody, be it my friends, my family, my husband, my coaches, my mentors, both, all these guys, I had to do it for them, and obviously for Elysium Park, because that's where my journey started. So this was for all of them and for the sport. Yeah.
Wow, this is an amazing thing, and I really pray that everyone finds the same support as you have. It's really, really amazing. Thank you so much, everyone, for making the champion
Thank
of the
you,
country.
Cosmic.
Yes,
Thank you for having me. So, again, to speak just about this. And it's good because I also wanted to share my experience. And honestly, it feels great. It feels absolutely great to be the first woman to go there. That too, being a mother, being the first athlete as a female in an endurance category. Which not, the thing that I would like to say is, when I started calisthenics, I always knew that it's the core root, as we all know, of calisthenics is body weight training. It has a lot of things, but body weight training is what I always started with. I know right now there are a lot of people who do freestyle, because obviously, I no doubt about it, freestyle is not easy. I'm not someone who is so fearless. I'm right now I'm in my comfort zone of doing endurance. Maybe I might be very harsh on myself by saying that, but yes, I love endurance. I'm a little less. I do fear, which is why I don't do a lot of freestyle. But I want people to understand that endurance is equally challenging, guys. I know that freestyle looks good. It's very attractive. It looks amazing, and it's got this aesthetic look when you do some kind of a move. But at the same time, endurance is it's a workout which really challenges your mind. It's not even about your body, and I'm that serious. It's
yes,
about your mind. Endurance is all to do with your mind. If your mind cannot, your body will give up. But if you train your mind so hard, words said by Shubham Mishra, if you train your mind so hard, your body will never give up. You will always, you just need to train your mind in such a way, and your body is capable of doing it. So yeah, I mean, I know for a fact that nowadays people are getting into freestyle, but please do not forget the root, which is the most basics, which is pull up, push ups, dips. You know, do the handstand, do all the static moves as well, guys. Learn the static moves, learn freestyle, do it, do everything, but don't forget the root. Yeah, that's all I can say because I love endurance. I'm being biased towards it.
Yes, true. Like basics are really, really important before starting
Important.
any
Yes, yes,
freestyle, statics, or street lifting.
yes. Very true.
So, what is your best memory of this trip?
I think the best memory, I will purposely say this so that people realize that I definitely did have fun as well. So I think the best
Yes.
part would be the cold coming, the working out in that 6 degrees and 7 degrees and still smashing those routines and not giving up. For me, that was the best part.
Okay, so 3 to 5 you didn't knew before going to the Russia for championship.
Oh, 3 to 5 things. One that the counting during the competition would be in Russian language, not in English.
Oh, okay. Even I didn't knew that this will be it
Yeah, yeah,
until you
I
telling
didn't
me.
know that. Yeah, and I
Okay,
didn't know the weather would be so harsh on me. But I
two.
think that's okay. And three, four, didn't know before going. The routine, obviously, I didn't know the routine until I was there.
Okay,
And four, I didn't know that I would I genuinely when I went there and I saw the weather, I genuinely for many times my mind I kept thinking I think I'm going to give up. So I think that was another thing. But I think what I didn't know you're asking, right? So one
yes,
obviously the routine, one the weather, and one was that the Russian
counting.
language countings, the reps, and what else could I say? Oh, that I won't be getting vegan food very easily out there.
Oh, that's the
Yeah,
hardest part in the foreign
yeah,
countries.
yeah. That's. I think not all countries. Because I have people who've been around. I mean, who are around countries, but Russia was really difficult, and yeah. So, in terms of my food, and the last thing, 3 to 5. I think yeah, that's it. I think you said 3 to 5, so I think I'll just say these things.
Yep. So, one last thing you want to say to all the listeners.
Uh, One last thing is, I think I said it last time, but I will say it again
Yes, this
that
is part two.
when, yes, so I will say it again for sure that when you have a dream, don't just dream about it, work for it, chase it in such a way that you put in your everything, and when time comes, I'm sure you will be able to achieve it too. So just, I think it's very important that you realize your self-worth, realize what you're capable of, what your body is capable of. I mean, don't think about having abs and, being thin, or don't worry about being fat. If you worry about being fat, then put your thought into this, uh, how can I get fit? Don't think the first thing shouldn't be, oh, I want to lose fat and I want to have abs. No. Your first thing should be, how should I get fit and stronger? That should always be the goal, guys. Always. I mean, if you go
Yes.
towards, if you're doing the right things, abs will always come. But don't run behind abs. Run behind being strong. Run behind tomorrow. अगर कुछ हो गया तो मैं कैसे अपने आप को प्रोटेक्ट कर सकता हूँ या प्रोटेक्ट कर सकती हूँ. In those lines, abs is not. Honestly, abs will not make you do 700 pull-ups like I just did on World Pull-ups Day, and I actually put this as a caption. So I thought I will emphasize on this because nowadays people are so focused only on being aesthetic. I mean, initially I too was initially, but then I realized that abs is just it just makes you look good, it just makes you have good pictures, but does it really make you do things? Nah, I don't think so. So start looking beyond that, and I'm sure you'll have a much beautiful journey and a much beautiful fitness life. So yeah, that's about it. And please love calisthenics and please love the sport. Encourage the sport. Even if you're 30-year-old, even if you're 35, even if you're 15, you can do it. You can start at any age. So yeah,
And how about my podcast?
amazingly amazing. And what I like to tell Kaustubh, this is for Kaustubh, okay, is that you are doing a great job by doing this. And I love the fact that you actually spoke with me all over again to get this experience, from me. So thank you so much for that. Really, thank you for that. And before I end this, before we end this, I want to specifically thank, Puneet, which is Pure Calisthenics. So, guys, please, if you don't know him, you can follow him on Insta. He's an amazing guy who has a lot of ambition. He's someone who only loves the sport and his country, and that is exactly why I love him. So he is someone who wants to get the sport bigger and not himself. He's absolutely a self, did everything to make sure that we are all there. So show him the love if you do go on Instagram. Yeah, that's about it. And thank you, Kaustubh. God bless you in abundance for having me all over again. And it was again an amazing, amazing experience to share everything that I had. So yeah.
Thank you so much from my side also. We'll definitely meet out soon in the next
Thank you,
competition.
Kaustubh.
Thank you for doing this episode. See
Thank
you.
you so much to you for
Yes.
having me always.
Yes. Thank you for doing this episodes again. You might be busy. Thank you so much for taking out the time because it takes a lot
Not
to
at all.
go through the
Anything for you,
questions. Yes, and
Kaustubh.
thank
Genuinely anything for
you.
you. And I told you this first also,
Yes,
even when we had our
yes.
random calls, that because you are doing so much and the respect that you show for athletes is, I should thank you for that. So
Yes,
thank
yes.
you. Really, thank you for that.
Yep. Hope to see you soon, and thank you so much for doing this
Yes,
again. Bye bye. Take
absolutely.
care
Thank
and
you.
wish you
Take
all the
care.
best.
Bye. Thank
Bye
you
bye.
so much, Baba. God bless you. Bye.
Well, I have few things to talk about, which is season 2 is already going on, and this is our third episode, part 2 of second episode of this season. And what I want to say is thank you very much to everyone who supported me in building this podcast from scratch to where it is now, with over 2500 plus listens in over 35 plus countries. And believe me, this is just going to get bigger and bigger, better and better. We're going to make it. Thank you again, and I really hope you all have enjoyed and got to know a lot about Pearl. In case if you think I did not put up any questions accordingly, then you can just directly DM Pearl on her Instagram at the_fitmom_calisthenics. She would definitely love to answer you, or you can DM us at 02calisthenics on Instagram itself. And also, if you have any suggestion, queries, doubts, you can write me at kaustubh@02calisthenics.com or ask@02calisthenics.com. Until then, see you in the next episode next Monday at 12 p.m. at your nearest podcast platform. Train smart before training hard. Eat right. Set a goal. Until then, bye bye. Happy training.